Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is your host, Wanda L. Scott, and we are coming each Thursday. I'll share a mindset pivot so we can thrive and not just survive mentally, emotionally, and spiritually through a changed perspective. Welcome to Thrive Thursdays. Well, good morning on this Thrive Thursday. And I have to say, I'm excited. This is episode numero one. I'm excited. We did a teaser last week, but this is our very first episode of Thrive Thursdays. And we're coming out the box with a really tough one. And so I'm going to hit the ground running. And today on Thrive Thursday, I'm going to talk about pressure. Now, your pressure might feel like this. You might feel like it's pressing you down with the weight of the world on your shoulders. Or it might feel like this, more of an emotional or a mental strain, and you just get numb and you don't know what to do. But when we look at pressure, it can come in so many different areas of our lives. And I really thought about all of the situations where I felt pressure. I feel pressure from work, running my business, pressure to perform, pressure to get the next contract, pressure to get new business. I feel pressure to be a sister, a niece, all of the things, an aunt, all of the things that I am from family, and then just regular life, pressure in being a Black woman. So I said, how do I pivot and manage the pressure? And you're probably like, Wanda, you have no idea the pressure I feel, and there's no way to pivot from it. But I promise you, we are going to be able to pivot. We're going to keep one foot in place and we're going to move one step in any direction that will help relieve the pressure, or we're going to modify where we are. So, and by retaining, who we are, our integrity as a leader, our integrity as a business owner, our integrity as someone who does what they say they're going to do. So let's hit the ground running. What is my mindset pivot for pressure? Let's talk from a couple of different perspectives. Let's think about the fact that you could get pressure at work. All right. And so there could be someone, you could be a VP, and your CEO is putting pressure on you to be agile and move to a different project or get something else done, or a different initiative on your strategic plan, or you in leadership and you have to shift yourself and your people with a tight deadline. Well, here's the pivot for pressure in that situation. The pivot for pressure in that situation is that you have a courageous conversation with the person who is putting the pressure on you, and you say, well, we need to change my priorities. So the pivot perspective is to go from pressure to prioritize. And so you had that courageous conversation with the person who's putting the pressure on you and say, well, if I am going to do this new thing or additional thing, first, you need to help me prioritize. And then there's ownership across the board. So it relieves some of the pressure from you. Now, I know you're like, I can't talk to them about this. They expect me to be able to do this, but I'm trying to help you share the load, the burden. You could also have pressure, and you need to do a mindset pivot around family obligations. And you need to have a courageous conversation with whoever it is in your family. It could be your partner, your husband, your wife. Set expectations with your children, and you come to a meeting of the minds and say, we need to prioritize what it is, whether it's financially, an activity, and have that conversation. The third pivot is with in your mindset is with yourself. You could be putting wrong expectations on yourself, too much pressure on yourself mentally and emotionally to say that you're going to accomplish this, you're going to do this. Give yourself some grace. Have a courageous conversation with yourself and do a mindset and have a changed perspective on your due date, when something actually needs to happen. You have to adjust. So there's your pivot point on pressure. You pivot and have a conversation around priorities so you can have a changed perspective. So we're excited about Thrive Thursdays. I'll see you next Thursday at 9 a.m. I want to 2022 can be the year that you map your mind for success and reach your goals. In this 5-day challenge, if you register, you can receive live coaching and the Map Your Mind for Success worksheet. Join us and see what together we can accomplish. All right. So once again, thank you for joining Thrive Thursdays. I'll see you next Thursday at 9 a.m. live. Join me streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Follow, like, and connect with me, Wanda L. Scott. Have an amazing rest of the day and make sure you're thriving and not just surviving.